Welcome back into First Take. And Kevin Hart, you, sir, are one of my favorite Philly athletes.
Nice.
And I want you to know that.
That makes me happy.
Yes,
That is not true.
It's very
Oh,
that is
he
not true.
absolutely
Very
is.
much true.
Please don't speak for me, Stephen A. Now it's your turn. I hear you have a Stevens A-list.
I do have a
special
and by
for
the
Kevin
way,
Hart.
And by the way, there's something called True Stories that's out right now with this brother.
It's not out yet, but it will be.
It will be.
It will be.
I've already seen some of it. It's sensational.
Thank you, sir. I
Doing a
appreciate
great job.
it. He's trying to butter me up before he lets me hear
Absolutely. That's his go-to move. You know what it is.
It's time for Stevens A-list, okay? I want y'all to listen up, all right? These individuals right here, Kevin Hart, it's my top 5 athletes in Philadelphia history. Are you ready?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you before you even say it, because you didn't have to do that.
That's right.
And
I did it for you.
to put me on your list is very big of you.
No, it's not. I'm not putting you on the list. I'm asking you to listen to the list. You will not be on the list. Let's go to number 5 on the list, please. The Minister of Defense himself, the one and only Reggie White.
Yes.
Remember this brother right here? Remember how sensational he was?
Yes.
A sack master, a monster extraordinaire that came at you and just shoved 300-pound men aside like they were rag dolls. That was the Minister of Defense, Reggie White. That's number 5 on the list. All right, let's go to number 4 on the list. Heard of this name before? The one and only Joe Frazier, okay? One of the greatest fighters in history. Now, I know that Bernard Hopkins, no disrespect to him, undisputed middleweight champion of the world or what have you, but back in the day, the fight game was a bit different. You went 15 rounds. You went against monsters like Foreman and Norton and Ali and Chambers and everybody else. Smoking Joe Frazier was lethal. That left hook was something special.
I agree.
Number 3 on the list, I'm going to go to baseball route. Mike Schmidt. Remember that name?
I remember Mike
Philadelphia
Schmidt.
Phillies, okay? 3-time league MVP, World Series champion in 1980, World Series MVP, 500-plus home runs in his career, one of the greatest players and one of the greatest third basemen the game of baseball has ever seen.
Hall of Fame.
Number 2 on the list, he made house calls all the time. The one and only Dr. J, Julius Erving. You see the crater right there? You see him right there? That's Julius Erving. Something special, finally won a title in 1983 after that eluded him for many, many years. It was Dr. J before there was MJ. Remember that.
Now,
and last but not least, number 1 on the list.
It better be
number 1 on the list. AI, the answer.
All right.
Allen Iverson. Okay. We know about the crossover.
Okay.
We know what Allen Iverson brought to the table. Okay. But we also know the brother was a culture changer. Okay. How his swag, his walk, the cornbread, the fact that he was a miniature giant. He went into the land of giants and looked like one, even though he was 160 pounds and 6 feet tall.
Now,
that's my top 5.
Can I just say,
list, Kevin.
that's an amazing list.
That's an amazing list.
I have a note.
Theoretically, where would Kevin be if it was a top 50?
50.
Top 50. I could argue to be on that list, but I'm going to tell you the one mistake that you made. And this is respectfully. If you're talking Philadelphia, you understand you're talking to Mr. Philadelphia. You're talking to a Philadelphia native. You're talking to a guy that I bleed the city of brotherly love. I would have changed Joe Frazier and I would have put Randall Cunningham in that list. Here's why. Randall Cunningham, I'll tell you why. It's not about the wins, it's about the magnitude in which he brought popularity to the city at a time when that type of quarterback was dynamic. And Joe Frazier, although a Hall of Famer, although a great athlete, I don't think you cannot mention Randall Cunningham and his greatness being attached to Philadelphia. You just can't.
Don't take out Joe Frazier.
You don't take out Joe Frazier.
I said I would have taken out Joe Frazier.
Do you not care about champions?
I do care about
Oh,
champions.
wait, was it Randall Cunningham a champion?
No, he was not.
All right, then.
I said I would have put Randall Cunningham in that list.
So you don't prioritize winning?
I do prioritize winning, but we were talking about Philadelphia.
That's what I'm saying.
I also prioritize my city, and I know who did the most and who, is amazing individuals.
You think Randall Cunningham did more for the city of Philadelphia than Joe Frazier?
I think Randall Cunningham, for popularity purposes, being an Eagle, and at that time when he made the football games, everything they were during that time. He was a dynamic Eagle. That's all I'm saying. You can't take that away. Are you going to argue that he wasn't a dynamic Eagle?
No, I'm arguing that he was top 5.
Was he a walking highlight? Did you
Yes,
want to watch Randall
he was.
Cunningham play?
He was.
That's all I'm saying when we talk about Philadelphia athletes. He didn't say champions. He said athletes.
I
Do I
know.
need to correct you on the terms that you use? You used the term athletes. You said top 5 athletes to come from Philadelphia. You did not say champions. If you had said champions, then the list would be different. I will argue that. Is Allen Iverson a champion in Philadelphia? No, he's not a
He went to the
champion.
final.
It doesn't matter. Did he win a
Went to the
championship?
final.
He did not win a
He
championship.
went to the final.
Allen Iverson,
Randall Cunningham never went to the Super Bowl.
was he a champion?
No.
Okay, so Randall Cunningham not being a champion has nothing to do with
Was
your
Randall,
list.
did Randall Cunningham's popularity compared to that of Allen Iverson?
What was the title of your list?
I'm just saying. I'm asking
Tell me the
question.
title.
Can I ask a question?
If you
I
can
ask a question?
answer. If you
That's
can't
it.
answer
Top
the
5
question.
athletes. Top 5
Okay,
Philadelphia
so
athletes.
I'm arguing the athlete comparison, not the champion
But
comparison.
you're arguing the athlete comparison based on the popularity, and I'm saying Randall Cunningham's popularity certainly didn't compare to Allen Iverson.
You know what's sad, Stephen A. Smith, is that every time I come on this show, I out-debate you. And at this point, at this point, it's starting to get weird. Okay,
It's getting awkward.
I mean, it's getting
like
awkward.
uncomfortable. It's embarrassing.
It really is embarrassing. I
say-
only
just-
give
just-
you
just
a
say-
rebuttal based off of what you say. If you had said champions, it would be different. Joe Frazier is an amazing champion. He's an amazing boxer. But when we say athletes to come from Philadelphia, well, Randall Cunningham was jumping over linemen. Randall Cunningham was sacrificing his body to get in the end zone. Randall Cunningham made the running quarterback as popular as it is today.
You know what
So
else?
do not take away
By
what
the
Randall
way,
Cunningham did.
You do know that Joe Frazier was born and raised, he was raised in Philadelphia, right?
I do know that.
I know who the crowd liked. The crowd liked AI.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's who they were
Say
going for. Your boy.
That's without debate.
Yeah.
Undebatable.
All right.
Yeah. I wasn't mad with your list, Stephen.
Right.
A.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, you're not
Thank
from
you.
I'm
Philadelphia.
gonna
That's why you're brilliant.
be
That's why we
nicer
here.
to you,
The
I think,
brilliance,
moving
the
forward.
brilliance.
Yeah.
Of course, the Will Packer Amphitheater. All right, still plenty more to come on First Take here from FAMU. We had a game last night.
Yeah.
Are the Packers now the best team in the NFC? Super Bowl champion Ryan Clark is here. He will be joining us.
FAMU, Will's got an amphitheater.
More First Take from Tallahassee. Don't go anywhere. It's homecoming weekend.
Will Packer, amphitheater. FAMU.
First Take is supplemented by Aflac. Get help with expenses.